Alright, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bamcast podcast. The Bamcast, as always, is the home of the anti-PC. Shout out to Boom Drive Physics for the intro song you're hearing and Prismatic Verse for the lower thirds and graphical sequences and all the new stuff I've been doing because he's been teaching me. If he can teach me, he can teach you. Trust me. Anyway, shout out to Straw House JA. If you want to know anything about that, link up at Brandon Cohen on Instagram. You want to help us, California Apparel, promo code BAM30. And we got merch. I actually have them upstairs. I just have to sort them out. And then we're gonna have shirts and we're going to have tumblers and stuff like that. Here with me, as always, is the faithful co-host, Bobby B.
Wipery.
And we are back with another episode of the Bamcast.
On last week's episode of Dragon Ball Z,
I recorded from my office. Sam actually messaged me.
Hey guys!
And it wouldn't be a Bamcast.
It's Goku!
It wouldn't be a Bamcast without the dog them. It would not be a proper podcast without the dogs. Like making you know that they're here.
Leave the other dogs alone.
What did you say they were saying to each other earlier?
It's like, hey, what's your name? What's your name? Steve? Your name's Steve? Fuck you, Steve. Yeah? What's your name? Joe? Alright, well fuck you, Joe.
No, I thought dogs were supposed to be friendly, bro, God.
Because they sniff butts?
No, wait, what? How does that equate?
You don't think you have to be friendly to just walk up to someone you're meeting for the first time and sniff their butt?
I've never thought of just walking up to someone before and like sniffing their butts.
You're saying dogs are friendly. I'm just saying my favorite dog-related fact is that we've retarded them.
That we've kept them in the prepubescent state.
Literally retarded them.
Yeah, but I mean, wolves aren't fun.
No, we took wolves and made chihuahuas. Right?
Yo, that is one of the wildest things to me. Like, I can get kinda how my dog come from a wolf. Cause my dog's not small.
No,
and they're aggressive.
We don't know how big wolves are. We don't really understand.
I have seen wolves in IRL. They're huge as shit. They're huge.
They're like chest height.
No, they're shoulder height for me. They're huge. I completely understand the size, but it's just it shapes similar, right? Like
how that become a chihuahua?
How did you get that, bro? An otter look more like a wolf than a chihuahua.
Yeah.
I saw a video earlier. My new animal of the month, I guess. I always find a new animal.
Bam's animal of the month club
is the orca. Yeah, yeah. I've been preying like a lot of orca videos.
Killer whales.
Yeah, I've been preying a lot of killer whale videos. There was one I saw earlier today. Like Pops and I were watching it, where a otter just swim up to this fisherman's boat and like dive in the back of the boat. And as him dive in the back of the boat, two killer whale that just passed by, like. And then because it was on the boat and they knew it was on the boat, the man them just start circle the boat for the rest of the day, dog. The boat couldn't move. They'd have to anchor. If they try to move, them ram the boat.
Yeah, give it back with food.
Brother, the man them don't afraid of nothing.
But you saw the video on Twitter, the orca just passing the sea flap.
That's what started this.
And the orca was just like,
Did you say sea flap, Bob?
That's what they were.
The
majestic sea flaps.
The stingray, okay. The sea flap.
I mean, they have sting, manta, bull. There's a bunch of rays, and there's something called skates that are similar to rays.
Fair. So
rays and skates. So
as a whole, we'll just call them the
majestic
sea
flaps.
All right, cool.
So it was just going about the business, and orca was just like, "Yo, Steve Irwin send him regards."
Bad.
And yo,
dog is. I expected
the thing got a solid Aces.
Man, like, Aces, a body as brother.
It resounded throughout the ocean. I'm telling you, man.
Saw it swim up using my G. If I can find the video, I'll put it in. If like when
Steve
I saw it,
Irwin sends his regards.
Bro, when I saw it, right, because it was coming up to it, I was like, yeah, man, it was going to go like chomp, because that's what like a shark would do. My youth is just like zzzt, and then turns upside down. Boom!
Suck yourself.
Man's like, brother, the man's you know when the man them say you're discombobulated?
No. Suck him out on
Stunned.
Why was so low?
Stunned. What? We're still in the yellow.
Close to your mic.
Alright, I'm back here.
Lean away from the mic to breathe in. If you understand that reference, you're old.
I just got that. Fair. But yeah, that's what started this whole thing for me.
Orcas though, aren't they the ones that punch whales in the kidneys?
Not whales, they punch seals. They eat seals and stuff, but they practice hunting seals, like they teach the
They
young
can
ones.
echolocate the organs.
The liver specifically,
Yeah.
and then the man them just thump the holy shit out of your liver, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was,
Bare liver punches. Bah!
yeah, man. There's this thing I saw where like there's a beach,
It's like, yo, protect your body. You can't.
bro. There's a beach of just washed up seals, and the whole of them like was described as it looked like they've been punched to death.
Mm-hmm.
And so
The orcas did it for fun.
So the man them did go out there and like figure out what's happening, and it was a pod of orcas teaching the young ones what to do. The man them's like, all right, here. Blah. So I said to my father earlier, dog, isn't that a superpower? Isn't that X-ray vision essentially? It's there's the liver.
And so I can hear how your liver sounds. So it sounds different from the rest of you. I'm gonna punch you in it. No?
I punch you the liver, I can hear how your liver sounds.
Something there,
That's
but if you guys
crazy.
needed another reason to hate the U.S. military, we're here
Oh,
already.
cool, we're here already.
They in the 50s, I think, they helped Greenland get rid of some orcas that were threatening their fishing grounds. With planes and gunboats, they literally went and shot whales in the open ocean, killed orcas in the open ocean.
I did that with pigs a couple of years ago too, in Texas.
The boars, they normally use helicopters to control them because they just can't get to them. What name?
Well, I
Ted
mean-
Nugent.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent
Wait,
does it all the
so
time. Not that he's any
what was
thing
the-
to hold up on any pedestal whatsoever.
Ever. What was the rationality behind gunning down the whales?
They're threatening the fishing grounds.
Ah.
And Greenland is an autonomous state governed by the Kingdom of Denmark. But you heard Trump say the other day that America wants to buy them. America wants.
Wait, hold on. Trump said what?
Yeah.
Hold on, go again. All right, Nemus. Guys, I'm sorry. We're going to stick up in for a second. What did Trump say?
Trump said him they want to buy Greenland and I'm going to talk to them about working something out. And the people are just like, bad man, no. You cannot buy our country.
One thing about Trump, you know, dog.
But anyway, America.
It's the audacity.
America always wants, Arctic interests for oil and military stuff. They have military bases in Greenland, I believe. But they went and shot whales from helicopters. Sorry, shot killer whales, orcas from helicopters.
I vaguely remember there was a time in history when
In the 50s.
when I believe whaling was a thing and it was done for
Whaling
oil.
is still a thing.
But we don't do it for oil
Japan
anymore, do
looking
we?
at you.
Wait, Japan.
And Norway.
They whale for oil?
Alright. Whaling, there's
Don't do that.
there's an international moratorium on whaling. Most countries in the world sign up to it, the ones that practice whaling at least, saying that they will only catch whales for research purposes in order to protect the stocks in the ocean. The only exceptions to that are what I'm called like native fishing. So the Inuit, Inuit is apparently a slur or something. It's not really the name.
I thought
But the First Nations people who live in
Eskimo was the slur.
whichever one, I'm not sure.
Eskimo is the
Eskimo
slur.
is a slur. Inuit
Inuit
is just
what
one,
you sub- Inuit
one
is-
group of them.
Yeah, and it's appropriate term.
So the First Nations, as the
We're the home of the
Canadians call it.
anti-PC, but we're educating you.
The First Nations in the Arctic, they whale for subsistence. So subsistence whaling is fine, legal, but whaling for commercial purposes, illegal. Japan claims that they're catching their whales for research purposes. They catch over 100 whales a year, and all the meat and stuff goes to the market because they eat whale meat. But yeah, when you catch whales, you get meat and the fat. You render the fat down into whale oil, which they use like we use kerosene.
Yeah, I remember that. Man used to use it for like burning lamps.
That's
and
what the
them things.
whole whaling industry was about.
Yeah,
Whale oil, not necessarily the meat, yeah, but most of the oil.
Oh, it was specific. Oh, I thought other way around. I thought it was like, it was for meat, and then they figured out one by oil.
It's really the
Who the
oil.
hell looked at the whale and
they-
went, let's make
They
switch into
use
oil.
the Arctic natives. They use the blubber in their clothing as insulation.
That makes sense though.
So the whales have skin with fat attached to the skin. That's the blubber layer, and then obviously the adipose tissue after that, and then muscle.
But that makes sense though, because they live in literally freezing waters.
Right.
So if you can live in freezing waters, I'm pretty sure if I turn you
So
into clothes,
they make clothes out of the
I can survive.
out of the blubber, and
that
it keeps
makes
them
sense.
warm. They use the fat, as I said, for fuel oil, and also most First Nations, most native populations, including Native Americans. Native Americans made something called pemmican. They use the fat of the whatever animal they can get, and they use it to cure the food, whatever food they have, so it lasts them longer because food is rare. So what they'll do, they'll make in modern cooking they call it confit. So if like a duck confit is duck cooked in its own fat.
Yeah, I know. I've
So
heard of that.
I've
heard of that.
They store the blubber in the oil, in the whale oil, and that stops it from oxidizing so it can't spoil.
On a grosser note, because we're talking about turning fat into substances, in the concentration camps, the man them did separate the fat of Jewish people and use them to make soap.
You can't say prisoners, guys. Fun fact, not fun, but
I
it
was
wasn't.
gonna say, there's nothing fun.
It wasn't
about
only the
that.
Jews that died in the Holocaust. The Germans, the Nazi Party also got rid of homosexuals and people with physical and mental handicaps, disabilities.
Hey, the man them thoroughly went after everybody.
If you weren't one of the Aryan Ubermensch, we didn't need you.
The Aryan Ubermensch, the white, blonde-haired,
Blue-eyed
blue-eyed race.
6 foot. Yeah.
But
hey, shout out to Sweden, y'all niggas did it in like 1300 or 1400.
my most, well, I won't say favorite because there shouldn't be a favorite fact for the Holocaust, but I just find it so amazingly funny, my guy, how Hitler was not blonde-haired or blue-eyed,
And he was also half Jewish.
and he, dog,
Literally everything that he hated about himself, he killed
the man
in other people because he couldn't get rid of it in himself.
is that not? And that's, did you know that that's that's J.K. Rowling's basis for Voldemort originally. I don't care if she won't change it anymore because she comes back and she changes everything and makes it worse. But Voldemort, if you read the parallels between Voldemort and Hitler,
the pure blood and thing. Yeah, of course.
Voldemort wants a pure blood race, but he himself is
Half blood. Yeah, Hitler is the half blood prince. Yeah.
Well, the half blood prince was
No, Voldemort.
Snape.
No, it was Voldemort.
No.
Oh yeah,
Prince was Snape.
no, that's true. Yeah,
Voldemort was Voldemort is just Voldemort.
But he was half blood.
Thomas Marvola Riddle, and then him change it up to I am Lord Voldemort.
Fun
Jinx
fact:
your Minnesota.
Voldemort is a French term meaning flight from death.
Yeah, you still gonna get that tattoo?
At some point, with my phoenix.
Man said at some point. Right now, money is not really there for frivolous things like tattoos.
When I'm going to get my Deathly
Bob,
Hallows.
Bob, we started the podcast without doing an update with the Johnsons. Man's like,
She's alive.
Why do I seem like it? I always want to talk about your kid more. Because you spend more time around your kid. I just pop up, play with her, and then like when she smells bad, I'm like, Bob, your turn.
Right. So she's alright. She's 1 next month.
Congratulations. Well, let me not jinx it yet, but big up on almost making a year.
No, I have whole heap more.
And many more to forward.
More for go.
She has all of 4 teeth, and plantain and fried sausage is the way.
The way and the lights.
She dashed her puffs the other day. And if she could have said shit.
Nah, fuck.
She could have go, fuck. Are you prepared for when like she start talking and the bad words start flowing? Cause you know you're not going to curtail your
What
language.
are bad words?
Things that people say we shouldn't say.
No, there's bad words are they're only bad when used in the wrong context, the wrong place. Bad words are only bad when said in an inappropriate place.
Oh, so meaning like the word fuck probably shouldn't be said in front of my parents.
We use bad words all the time.
Yeah,
are they bad?
Bro, God, it's just a part of my vocabulary at this point in time. You know, like my sister is super Christian, ironically to whatever I am. My sister is like super Christian, and she is very, very conservative. So like sometimes when like we're just chatting and chopping it up or watching TV, and like something happen, I'll be like, that blood clot idiot, there, man. And like not anymore, but she used to. Like when she was like 17 or so, she would like wince at the bad word, and I realized one day, and I was like, Are you hurt? Are you afraid of bad words? And she goes, I don't like hearing them. And I go, well, honest to God, you're gonna have to stop parroting me because like I use bad words. And is that like a cursing at you? Is me and her watching anime or something? And like
sentence enhancers.
Dog, it's like me and her watching Attack on Titan and Armin show up, and I instinctively
fucking
go, fuck
Armin.
this nigga Armin.
Fuck Armin.
And she'll just go, and I'm just like, yeah, I know.
Nah, bad words, like I don't. I know. All right, me and her mother curse around her all the time, so she must pick it up.
Oh yeah.
She just need to know when to use it. I don't. All right, here's my thing. I personally, I wasn't hidden from many things as a child, so I never went out seeking them. Literally, my grandparents had a bar in the house. Have a bar in the house. One of the rooms in the house is a bar, and something there. I was always around liquor. My family, my grandfather carried me a bar from a walking and put me on the counter and things. I've been around alcohol my whole life.
As I sip
and
a
now I
drink
don't
of
drink.
whites.
Like, I never drank really. I remember stealing out white rum out of the bar when I was like 8 one time, drinking it straight from the bottle, and that taught me a lot.
Bob did drink one night, and never again has Bob drank. And
Pretty much.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That was really funny. Like I was there that night.
One time I got blackout drunk.
Yeah, man. Bob
And Martin had to carry me home. I had to go back to the venue the next day to pick up my vehicle. Martin had to carry me to his house right here in this basement.
right over there.
Yeah. So
Put the bed down there. Bob fought us the whole. Yeah,
man,
Bob,
Shamar
Bob,
had to
Bob
lift
fought
me
us
down the steps
whole
because
way.
I swore to God I could make it.
Yeah, honest to God. This may sound bad, but like you know how them say like if you're saving a drowning person, you have to knock them
out.
Brother, Bob is fighting us this whole way to get out of the car to the door, and he stumbled twice because I am a man who drink rum, so I can tell you like there's a level of drunk.
I was fucked up.
Yeah, man, dog. So we try.
I had like 6 white rum and orange juice in the space of
really.
maybe 2 hours.
Basically,
I played catch up, which is you should never
you should,
do.
You should never do that when you drink.
Never play
Basically, long story short is we were at a party. Bob came from the party late.
Bob got to the party late, and Bob did vex that Bob was late.
Yeah, Bob was upset.
Everybody
Bob
was hype. Bob was
everybody
like,
was turned, having a good time because we've been drinking,
Play
but gradually. Man, go play catch up and chug, and it caught him up.
Tell you, my last memory of that party is holding on to the thing in the middle, trying not to fall off of the earth, and then my glasses fell off, and it's just like, fuck, this is it.
Brother God, long story short, to get Bob from like the front door to get the mattress to put down here, so yeah, you crash down here to then like linking people and be like, yo, I have him cool, don't worry about him. Bob did collect 3 solid body tops, see?
Never stopped me though.
But you stumbled after the second one
Can't
because
stop
like
me.
I was trying to shake hands, Shamar just goes, Bob, huh? Boop, and Bob go, boom, but dog, you never offered to that. And then you started walking.
Liquor dog.
Yeah, it's a
Confidence.
It's a horrible thing that I love so much.
I don't being around it my whole life. I don't want it now. So I don't want to be the parent that hides the world from Mackenzie. I'm fine if she knows that things exist and she knows how to handle things that exist. So my stepmother says, "How
This is delicious.
yeah." That's why I had to look up what type of melon it is.
Damn, son.
My stepmother's father drove the fear of God into her by saying, "No man, you can go out and party and do your thing, but man going if you leave yourself careless, man going to rape you in your bottom, specifically." And she was just like, "Yo, that never left her mind." So in any situation, she said she's going out to party from she's 14 and she just have that in her mind. Don't leave yourself careless, come man, go rape you in your bottom. And that was enough to keep her on the straight and narrow.
Why specifically her bottom?
No, but that's more terrifying. That's why. That's exactly why. That is way more terrifying. So,
Alright guys, I'm sorry about that. I'm back. I was there are certain lines in a sentence you don't turn on closed captions in comedies because the closed captions will ruin the joke. That was one of them.
So
Man saying your bottom.
yeah, so that's I'm not saying I'm going to do the exact same thing for Mackenzie, but you know that risks exist and you know how to handle yourself around them.
I have no idea what kind of parent I will be.
Right.
I know what kind of parent I would like to be.
Look at this. Samantha is terrified of Mackenzie dropping off of the bed.
Samantha's terrified of like anything happening to Mackenzie.
Fair is our one pitney.
Including
No problem.
sun touching her too tough. Because she can't burn up apparently.
Right. So she's terrified of her falling off of the bed. And I keep saying to her, babe, we fell off of the bed a multitude of times. And you can't know that it's dangerous to fall off of the bed until you fall off of the bed. When you drop and you lick your head and you ball a little bit and you get up and you have a cocoa,
The instinct comes in your head like when
you remember,
turn and
yo,
you go,
all right, the last time I did fall off of this, it did hurt like fuck. Let me
Like
avoid the edge.
fuck.
So I'll just avoid it. So,
I as a man who's fallen off of the bed a few times as a child, can attest to this.
and that's just one thing. And you might say it sound away like I want my child to fall off the bed. No, but
No.
I'm not going to be hyper vigilant. If I'm going to watch her and protect her, but if you drop off of the bed and there's nothing I could do to prevent it, fuck.
You will
Oops. Are you okay? Yeah. Now you know that you need to watch yourself around the edge of the bed.
You be realistic.
Yeah.
You're not going to put the picnic at the edge of the bed. You'll realistically put pillows all about the place, whatever. But if the picnic so happens to be sleeping, roll off and drop, then you pick her up, check her up, make sure she's okay, and then now you know.
No, she might drop
The
off of the
fall
bed.
hurts.
Yeah.
You know, as you said that.
And as we
I
know,
almost-
falling
I-
off of the bed don't hurt. Is the surprise.
Yeah, it's a shock. I almost rolled off the bed earlier on in the year. I'm not even going to try to put a time on it. It's earlier on in the year. But like I came to the edge, like I was at the edge of the bed and I rolled. I felt no more bed and my body instinctively went, stop. Yeah, like
in your sleep.
in my,
You're tense up and you're like, no, you're going to fall off if you go anymore.
bro, and then just wiggled over, rolled, and went back to sleep. That is the kind of instinctive knowledge
Only dropping off of the bed
can
brings.
teach you.
Pain is an exceptional teacher. That's why your parents beat you when you give trouble, because you start associating the beating with the trouble. Unless you're Martin, where you're just like, oh, if I get caught, I get beat. So don't
Hey.
get caught.
Fair.
Okay. So, yeah, so I'm not, and also I'm not a proponent of like beating your child, but even Mackenzie's.
Now my ass need to forget like
No, Mackenzie's 10 months. And if she goes, like, she have a thing, she go and touch the fan and slap her in her hand.
yo, she got toward the fan the other day and Bob said, Mackenzie, and Mackenzie like hand literally just dropped to her side and she looked back at him and just reach over with the other hand and grab something else and then wobble that way.
Yeah.
The picnic ain't won yet, but she
Right.
understands.
Right, because I slap her in her hand when she do it. But Mackenzie, literally, alright, she did it with the air freshener. We have the plug-in one. She walk up to it. She touch with her right hand. I slap her on the right hand. I said, don't touch it.
You
So she
gotta
put
stop
down-
doing that, bro.
No,
God,
she put on.
you got call my phone.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just so you guys know that was a punching. Bob, don't breathe into the mic. So yeah, that was a
I'll lean away
punching.
from
We took a pause for a second. Bob, you were ranting about Mackenzie and what kind of parent you're going to be in terms of you're not going to over coddle, I think is the word.
Yeah.
Her.
No, I'm not going to mollycoddle her. I want her to, I want like how we did grow rough.
Yeah.
Everybody sees Mackenzie, and my mother said it just today how she rough. And it's because I'm rough with her because I want her to be rough because the world rough. She can't too soft.
When you say rough, somebody out there going to take that the wrong way, you know.
No, she physically rough. Like she not soft.
Yeah, yo, Mackenzie will step on you. Mackenzie will drop and go about her business.
Yeah,
Like, if she have a big stumble, she'll look around. If everybody freaks out, she will then ball. If you look on her and go,
You're
so
good.
get up. You good?
Mm-hmm.
She get up and go about her business.
More often than not, she's fine.
You think it's my ass picnic?
Yeah, so I tell her mother all the while she have to drop, she have to go outside and trip up on them thing there. And I'm like, no, she can't have no scar.
Otherwise,
She-
man not go want her.
She can't outside too much and get too dark.
Oh, but it's the patriarchy though, right?
Like really? Like leave the picnic alone. She need to run up and down, she need to chip up, she need to like I want her to do Taekwondo.
And her Uncle Martin will definitely
Considering-
help with that one.
Her godfather, was a ranked fighter.
You
in
like
Moscow.
that fact way more than I do.
Yeah, because that's not how many people are ranked fighters in their country.
It was a good time, but yeah, I'll
Okay,
definitely help with that
alright.
one. Because I'm going to
So,
start back. I'm not competing, but I'm starting with the
Whatever.
martial arts part.
So I want her to do that. I'd love if she did football, and I want her to swim because I can't swim. And
Yeah, I will pay for her swimming classes. Picnic for learning for
and
swimming.
I'd love
dog.
if she did piano or some instrument because
That's one of the things I always regretted.
I believe now looking back, if I had to do it as a child, I'd have fucking hated it, and every kid fucking hates it. But it does wonders for discipline and also the creativity that music brings out aids in so many things in life. It aids in problem solving, thinking outside of the box, that kind of thing.
Put it this way: at 27 years old, I have just barely started teaching myself how to play the ukulele and the harmonica.
I was learning to play the bass a little bit in high school. Big up Rondale, big up Ratty.
Savage Dan, who's here, aka Timbo Slice, you are a guitar man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yared tweeted the other day, who even knows how to read music anymore, and Timmy retweeted me, and I thought that was one of the sickest things ever because
I can't read music.
I barely know. I know how to
fucking-
read. I don't know how to read notes in terms of to play on an instrument, because I was on the choir for all of Casey. I know how to read notes for how you sing them, so I know what tone a key is, but I can't reproduce that on an instrument. I can reproduce it with my voice.
Which producer doesn't know how to read music nowadays? Abe!
Yared, I know you're listening. So yeah, we are gonna not even we. I threw out some option to the people on the Twitters earlier. If you're not following us, follow us on Twitter at the Bamcast. Just a couple questions. Decided I'd take like 2. So 2 of the best questions that I received is, well, one person says, "Yo, just drop some random knowledge." I think that's what we do most pods. So far so good.
I taught you so much about orcas.
which I brought up.
And,
You taught them about whaling.
Whaling. I didn't even finish my rant about whaling and how the Japanese are shits when it comes to that. But, you can do your Googles and find out by yourself.
All right, guys. First question of the night submitted, anonymous. Like, I don't have the names and stuff. What do you think about the new wave of artistry in Jamaica? The music, the visuals, stuff like that.
Is it a new wave?
I said that before we even started the pod, I said to
Big
Bob,
up new wave.
I'm not gonna be the one to lead this conversation. Cause it just going to sound like like a boosting up everybody and like just blah 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 because
That's not the term he used.
That's not the term I use, and we're not gonna use that other term.
Like I wish you guys had heard what he said so that you could have wide him.
Yeah, but nope. But basically, what do I think about the new wave of artistry in Jamaica is just that literally is what inspires
that's
me.
Your shit.
That's my shit.
That's your jam.
That's what inspired. Like
you and your homegirls are
me.
excited.
Yep, girl. That's why people thought I was gay in first year. Well, that and
where you hung out.
Man, I was trying to be a faithful man and hear people.
So, you want to say you're trying to be faithful? So I'm just going to hang around the homosexual men.
No, I hang around with my
no
friends.
temptation
I hang
whatsoever.
around with my friends who happen to hang around with them, and yeah, it definitely no
Until
temptation.
zero temptation, I'll be fine. Faithfulness, easy.
But yeah, new artistry in Jamaica, dog, that shit's amazing, man. Like I'm amazed by everything that come. I'm going to keep saying the word amazed, so that's why Bob's gonna lead it. Go off, Bob.
All right, so I don't want to say it's a new wave, right? Jamaica is the best country in the world,
and has been
we
for
produce
a while.
the best people in the world, and as such, the artists produce some of the best art in the world. So I can't say it's a new wave. The stuff coming out now in my lifespan, is as you say, amazing, fantastic. Like even art forms that I never previously appreciated, seeing how people are doing it now is making me appreciate it.
Same.
So I was just
Bro, you have watercolor painters in Jamaica.
Today on Twitter I was looking, I actually came across
Big up
what's
Natu.
your name again? Rue. Big up yourself, Rue. I came across Rue's profile again. I was looking at some of her art and I'm like, yo, it's amazing that people even have this in their brain and then have the ability to put it on some medium like that.
Sure.
And when I see people like videos on Twitter of people painting things like in negative or painted upside down, like you see a guy just doing some random scribbles on this side of the thing, and then when him done, him flip the thing over, and it's a complete painting, like landscape and backdrop, everything. I'm just like,
even just painting that.
How your brain? No,
Right.
I'm just saying.
I know.
How your brain do that, man?
I just highlighting another portion, right? Like there's a bro. Shout out to Film Shatter Favreau on Twitter. And he is a film photographer. You'll know him as like 35mm film Jamaica. That is his thing. He shoots in film. Him and Jake. Those are the two specific film photographers. I know. Also, big up to Jake Rubin.
Big up Jake.
He introduced me to him. Popcorn drop him fix tape. Friday? It was Friday?
Fix things.
It was Friday the fix tape drop. But
Something
the cover art and like all of the stuff for that like was rolling out days before.
Mm-hmm.
And you have you have OVO Sound retweeting it, you have Drake retweeting it, you have Meek Mill retweeting it, you have Popcorn himself retweet. You have international recognition that this image is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And this image is an amalgamation of film shot by film shutter, and then he shot the whole thing and like produced it.
Mm-hmm.
A dog from Jamaica produced world acclaim level content, dog. It
Where's that though?
Jamaica no normal,
That's
bad
what I'm saying.
man.
That don't mean to say that somebody from Jamaica did it. Yes, it is incredible in that we only have 3 million people in the country, but I have become accustomed to Jamaican exceptionalism.
Yeah, dog.
When we put our mind to do something, we do it better than anybody else.
In the
We
world.
took up
I'm sorry.
scamming from the Nigerians.
And dash it away.
And
Pocket note, pocket note, pocket note, pocket note,
you
pocket note,
you can't
pocket
use a
note.
fucking credit card in the country.
Pocket
now?
note before I forget this. Somebody said the other day why we seem to accept scammers more than we accept Forex niggas. And someone retweeted and said because scammers call you and say hello, good morning. Forex niggas link you and say you tired of being broke?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Scammers have manners.
Jamaica rhyme so it real.
Yeah.
Jamaican exceptionalism, like you did say, that Jamaican exceptionalism.
3 million people, roughly, in the country. About 3.5.
We are the most influential culture in the world per
Wait, no, 3.5.
population.
Reggae.
size. Do the math.
Reggae as a genre of music was created in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Reggae is an international fixture. I was just seeing on TV today that they had the biggest reggae festival in Scandinavia, Uppsala Festival. Uppsala is in, as I said, Scandinavia. Those people are pretty much as far away from Jamaica as you can get. And they have festivals to our music. They live stream the artists out here performing for the people around the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's reggae music. When we do track and field, sprinting is our thing. We're the fastest people in the world and come to that. We do swimming. We have Alia Atkinson, even someone we're not really good at the swimming thing. Alia Atkinson, one of the best swimmer them in the world.
Hands down, easily. Also one of the most underappreciated athletes in Jamaican culture, in my opinion.
Because we don't really view swimming as a big thing.
Swimming is a difficult fucking sport, bad man.
We have amazing. We have your mother.
Let me
accolades.
Professor Minerva Theme, aka one of the top 3 leading persons in neuroscience. That's her friend in neonatal science in the Western Hemisphere. Big
Top
yourself
3
up, man.
people on this half of the planet.
That's a lot of people.
So
Somebody said to me the other day how it feel being a black sheep in the house. Pretty good.
the black sheep, ranked fighter, black sheep. But anyway, we produce whatever we do. We generally come out as the best people.
Whatever we do that we apply ourselves to,
Yeah.
Jamaican people is
we're going to do it fucking great.
we're different. Dog.
Yeah. So I don't.
Big up that flag right there.
Yeah, I appreciate all the art coming out. As I said, it's done in a way now that I can appreciate it, but maybe I was just not ready to appreciate it yet earlier. But big up everybody out there. As you say, Natu, we had Natu on the podcast.
Apologies, I was running a red line on that one, and I was not like the best. I wasn't even the host of that episode. I burnt out. Apologies. But again, we had Natu, we had Yannick on.
Mm-hmm.
Yannick is easily the best photographer in Jamaica. Though the man is greatness, dog.
Big up Yannick. You're my virgin, and I'm going to call it the best in Jamaica
He
because
is the
if your
best.
head get
He is
any
the
bigger, bro,
best
God.
in Jamaica, dog. I watch some of his vlogs sometimes, like when I just need a oomph to like, yeah, dog, go do this because other pairs are doing it. Travis, fucking exceptional, mate. Uncle 876 on Twitter, dog. That man's camera work and thing, fabulous. Coffee younger than we, aka the Grammy kid.
She's like 10 years younger than
bro. AKA the Grammy kid, man. Even like, let's take it a little smaller, right? And I don't mean smaller in any bad way. Let's look at people like Nathaniel, Daniel, Perry, Rush. Those people have cultivated.
That I will call a new wave.
Those people
of
have
Jamaican
cultivated
an
audience who follow them, not because they're famous or because of any like particular. Oh, them have this superpower. No, they're just amazing people to follow. They're just real people. They're real interesting. You like their personalities and you like what they do, and they have cultivated a literal living around being themselves. That is iconic shit, you know, dog. Like, no matter how you take, I know people say shit like, everybody wants a YouTube page now.
Yeah,
I have
do it.
I have a YouTube page. It's not used for anything like, making money or not. It's where I get to put my creative stuff and my podcast. I really like doing the podcast. But look at other people who doing it, dog, and be inspired. There's this other page. I can't remember it off my head right now, but let me put a M. I'll put the at. The man literally lives on the North Coast. Wake up in the mornings, dog, linking bridging them, and the man them either hike, go for food, go find a river, go get crayfish, or the man them go up on the boat, go spearfish, fish, catch food, live catch, come back. Literally just a day in the life. Not a particular like tech savvy super like, but it's engaging, dog. Big up it's Danzy. All of her cooking content. Her cooking content so fire. The people that she buy rainforest stuff, so like, all right, making fish, blah blah blah. Man, them partner with her because the food is fire and girl can cook. Big up Kareem. Kareem's just randomly started a do a podcast and it was rocky to start off. The man podcast shot took root. Radio show as a result. Merch line as a result. There is so much out there, and I think this is a really good way to segue to our other question that we're going to talk about tonight is, what does a degree mean and job hunting in Jamaica?
Nothing. And everything at the same time.
Yeah, it's a dual-edged sword.
It's one of the most necessary, useless items in your life. In that, all right, first of all, most people who currently have a first degree aren't even in the field that they have the degree in.
Example, Martin.
Most people who have a first degree in this country, it's just that most jobs nowadays, we have so many people and so few jobs that you have to whittle down the field. Back in the day, you never need a degree for most of the jobs that you now need a degree for. Even my mother was telling me, she work at NCB. The phone operator at NCB needs a first degree to answer the phone and route calls.
No?
Yeah.
Or back in the day?
No. I said back then, obviously, you wouldn't need a degree to answer the phone, but just to narrow down the field of who is now employable, a degree becomes the golden ticket into the chocolate factory.
This is the way I describe the degree, which is very similar to what Bob says. And I personally have a doubles.
How much people say to you, yo, just get the paper and have it?
My mother.
What's the fuck? Everybody, mother and parents. What's the fucking point of me doing it just to have it?
I have a degree, doubles, finished it just because it made my mother happy. It had nothing to do with what I particularly wanted to do, but I did it and I have it. But here's how I describe having qualifications, right? You ever been on a shopping site and you go to the filter option and you whittle down what you want by clicking like size, color, length? That's basically what people do with qualifications for life. Now, the person with X amount of qualifications might be infinitely more underqualified than the person who does not have the paper qualifications but been in it, have the practical experience. However, it's just easier generally when you have the filters.
You know
what I'm saying?
You know what they're taught for the degree. You don't know what their
Put it this
experience
way.
is.
My first day of university, I was told, and I quote, by the person doing the induction, you are here to read for your degree. You're not like a degree if nothing else says that you can learn.
That you can finish.
That you can finish. I
you
guess.
have to learn to get a degree.
Yes,
you have 13
and it's not
weeks.
easy to, dog. That's
you have
what's
13 weeks to learn an entire subject.
Bro, it's not easy.
And then 2 weeks to be tested on it, to then move on to completely different things the next month after that. So
I remember when
university ain't easy, dog. I've been there 3 times. I can tell you, it ain't still not done. I don't think I ever will. Me and school don't agree. I don't like regurgitating knowledge. I like all right, my economics teacher in 6th form, the right. That's genuinely name on a birth certificate. The right. That man.
Should I beep that?
I don't know. Big up the right anyway, I'm there.
Okay, fair.
No,
Say,
big up that dog.
Okay.
Like, yo.
Oh no, good things would have to be.
No, dog, that guy, he was hilarious. And he made me like really like his classes. But I remember him coming to class one day and saying, yo, we need to be able to photosynthesize the information that we learn.
Evolve it.
He meant to say synthesize, but him say photosynthesize. But I got what he meant.
Yeah.
You can't. What you get, the information that you learn at school, you're supposed to be able to apply that to a multitude of situations, which is now them get rid of GSAT, them have PEP. PEP gives you situations to apply knowledge. They don't just ask you a question how you were taught to give back the answer. So you learn.
All the folks lost their mind at that concept.
No. But we did mental ability on GSAT.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember what I did at GSAT.
No, there was no mental ability. We did mental ability in grade 5 or grade 6, but we never did it on GSAT. And if we did do it on GSAT, enough people would get fucked. That's
I
probably
don't
why
think I ever did a course called mental ability.
No, man, you did mental ability.
Probably, I
in
don't
prep
know.
school
I
at some
did,
point. That was a long time ago.
Drugs.
Ah. So, but the ability to think, that's what PEP is about. PEP, you learn 2 times 2 is 4. PEP say, yo, if you get twice as many as you had before, how many you had, and if you had 2 before. That asking if what is 2 times 2, you know. But never write it back how you learn it.
Mm-hmm. Asking you to apply your knowledge.
Exactly. And most people, most schooling doesn't teach you to apply knowledge. Most schooling teaches by rote. And you regurgitate what is taught to you.
Alright, here's the perfect example of that, right? When we did CSEC, I don't know if it's the same for now, but I can say for when I did CSEC, I practiced about, I'm not a particularly good person at school. Just gonna say that right now. My sister's really good, like scholastically. I'm really good at practical or like life shit. As my mother says, right? If you put my sister in the middle of nowhere, she'll figure out how to send you a text message.
You'll just live out there.
No, she'll figure out how to send you a text message like, yo, come pick me up. Whether it be making it or like making the connections to get it, she will figure out how to get herself out like that. Me, I'll either fucking live there and become the king of nowhere, or I will come back and be like, yo, what the fuck? I'll figure out my way to get back physically. You get me? That's the difference in how we are. She's really good at school. I hate school. Always did. Even have nightmares about it now. That's how bad I don't like school. So it's just, let's just boil it down to this. Different strokes for different folks. We were raised by the same parents in the same house, same, we're not against the same genetics because I don't know how that works, man or female, but you know, same pool came out of. Not everybody built for the same thing. That being said, don't give up at the first sign of struggle.
Yeah, I went 3 times. I know I'm done. I tried. I genuinely tried. I tried it for my parents. I tried
a lot of
it
people
for
ask that
family,
question.
like-
A lot of people ask that question because like they've tried once and they're like, yo, this is not for me, or it's hard, or I don't like it. And dog, I almost failed out of university. I literally almost failed out of university at one point in time. When I say it is a difficult path. It is a difficult path. Now, it is not for everyone. But you see, and if you are a mathematically inclined individual, dog, and you get them like filters behind you, especially like the actuaries and them, man, there, do it. But that's not necessary for everybody. So it's not I'm gonna say you can't paint everybody with the same brush. I feel like a degree is more than a brush. It's like spray painting like a whole wall.
We just proved to you that all the people might just name out that you don't necessarily, I don't know if these people have degrees, but even if they don't, they have proved to you that the skills required to make a living aren't contained in a degree, aren't contained in the process of acquiring a degree. A degree is literally a piece of paper saying you did 2 to 5 years at this institute. How much years you have to finish it? 7 years? However long it takes you.
It is in 4.
No, but you have up to 7 years, I believe, at most universities. 6 or 7 years. So this piece of paper says it took you 2 to 7 years to complete these courses. It doesn't tell you what grade you got. It doesn't tell you if you went to your classes. If you didn't, it don't tell you if you did the assignments. It just a pass or fail. Either you have the degree or you don't have the degree. And when you have it, most people put it down and forget about it. They don't work in the field that they have it in. They just put it on the resume. The people say, when you go, the people who hire in look at it and say, all right, At least this one did done school. Make we go talk to them. But I know for a fact through my own personal experience and from other people telling me, a lot of university graduates who leave the university and go into the working world are complete fucking idiots.
I'm not ready for it.
They expect the world to be presented to them like the textbook was presented to them, like school, like knowledge, like learning was presented to them. The same situation that you spent 4 years learning is the same situation you're walking into at work. And it is
That's not how it works.
At all how it works.
Yeah.
I never finished my culinary degree at UTech, but the knowledge I gained in the 2 years I was there will help me in my furtherance of my culinary goals in terms of I learned menu planning and I learned some nutrition stuff and I learned some like basic techniques that maybe I would never learn before. But why I fell out with school is that I hate the reading and writing part. I came to school to get a degree in food. I want to be cooking food. If you have me in class every day reading and writing, this is not what I want to do. So that's why I left. I get it. Degrees teach you to manage, and then degrees come with a...
I can't say nothing, dog. I changed my whole major in my final semester.
Degrees come... A lot of people get a degree, them turn up them nose same time. Them feel like because them have a degree, they must walk in a supervisory position over the people who have been there and don't have a degree.
I felt the complete opposite way?
No, in the food world specifically, because a lot of people who work in food, they have certifications from Heart. A lot of people in Jamaica look down on Heart certifications.
But why?
Because it's vocational and it's for poor people. The rich people go to university and get a degree.
But the skills is the same.
And the degree, it's not. But that's what I'm saying. The degree is a management degree, so you learn how to manage.
Management versus application.
A Heart degree have some management part in it, but it's more about practical skills.
You don't say, I want the more practically inclined person.
Exactly, but that's the thing. The people who get the degree come in and sit them with a Heart degree who've been working forever and have all the experience and all the practical skills.
And turn them nose up.
And turn them nose up, and when them come in,
build a house yet,
them come in on the same level as the brother who been there. And them vexed because they're like, yo, why did I go to school for 4 years and do this to come in at the same level? And that's literally what I said to myself. Why am I going to school for 4 years, and when I am done, I'm not going to get a master's in culinary arts. I've never heard of anybody doing that. That don't make no sense to me. I'm not going to be a teacher. As far as I'm concerned, only teachers and doctors need masters and doctorates.
Yeah, I personally stopped at my first degree. As I said, university was not an easy thing for me. I finished specifically because just so I could hear mom, I'm done. And I personally, and we're wrapping up, I don't know if everybody else, but when I physically got my degree in my hand, I'll never forget this. I was standing up in because I didn't go to my graduation. I fought that.
I ain't paying y'all niggas to graduate after I paid the years of tuition. Just suck on yourself.
So I got my degree in my hand, and I remember I looked at the piece of paper, and I got angry,
and said I did all of this just for this.
Dog, I got angry, but not like surface angry, where oh, you're just gonna lash out at things, but I was
there's a ball of fire in your chest.
I was warm in my chest for the whole day. I came home and I tore the bag how hard I did beat it up. I hit PRs in terms of lifting. I was fucking furious because all of that bullshit
for a piece of paper,
for this.
Roll up in a cardboard.
And you know what pissed me off even more? At the time that I finished university, I had already been working a job that paid more than the jobs offered with a degree for a year. So I've been immersed for a year and a half in the real world, plus finishing my degree, making actual money, seeing what actual things happen while finishing this off. And I'm yeah, I'm going to get it, I'm going to feel good. I get it. My mother was so happy. Took the pictures, so happy. Grandma, so happy. Hamlin, so happy. Me, I have nothing but contempt for that piece. All that fucking shit for that.
Let me tell you something.
In closing.
In closing. My aunt moved overseas many years ago. She was unemployed for about a year when she moved over there. because she was overqualified for most of her jobs.
Which is crazy to think.
Because she had
I
a
go
master's.
better myself. I go better myself to the best of my abilities, and I can be
And
too
the
good
place to employ you
get
looks at you and
jobs.
says, I can't afford to pay you what you're worth. So you'll have to take less than you're worth, or you just have to remain unemployed.
And I know this sounds like we're saying, yo, degrees don't make sense, but that's not what we're saying.
Mikhail is saying, for the most part, I don't know. Wholly, I do not believe in the education system as it is, because it's just them don't really teach you how to think. Them teach you what in the book.
Them teach you for fitting.
Yeah, them teach you to fit in conform into society. But
I personally
there
am saying,
are-
what good for the goose don't necessarily
Right.
good for the gander.
there are situations where degrees are necessary. My doctor have to have a
Yeah, I'm not going to no fucking web space doctor.
Right.
Straight. What good for the goose, not good for the gander. So figure out. You know what's really annoying is hindsight grade between 20 for you, person who submitted this question. So you'll never know until you're looking back. But hopefully, when you look back, you can look back at it and go, yeah, because you've done it, not because like fuck, I wish I did. You
Look at
know what I'm
this,
saying?
most people's major motivation for a degree is to make their mother happy.
That was mine.
I tried, but that is most of the motivation. If you don't, Martin changed his thing because Martin
At
started
the
university
Final
with
semester.
a medical degree, and Martin
Oh, yeah, I changed a
hate
couple times.
medicine.
Yeah, no, I don't hate medicine. I think medicine is mad interesting.
No, you're
I'm
not going to go to
gonna
school
go
for
to
it.
school for it.
Exactly. But you did it because that was what you thought would make mom happy.
Yeah, because I thought mom wanted me to take over
Right.
a pediatric thing.
So, but that, you see, that's the thing. We do all of these things to make other people happy. What makes you,
You
happy?
happy.
I personally, I love food. I'm grateful for what I learned while at university. I don't think I need it. My family is still on my back to get some schooling in me. I'm just like, yo, no, I have a kid now. I need to work and make money. I can't be paying a school money.
I can't be going in debt right now.
Yeah, so
It's not the
that's
time for debt.
If nothing else, I can't afford it. But I don't. School not work for me. I want to get practical experience. So when I worked at Jamaica Pegasus for in total about a year, and while I was there is when I really, my thoughts about school really coalesced. I was just like, yo, the things them teaching me now gonna help me right there, and this is exactly the level I'm going to end up at when I leave school. So I tried getting into art, but the demand for art is ridiculous. There's like a 3-year wait list to get into the Runaway Bay program. And that's the premier destination for the food prep program. So, and you share a bathroom with like 15 man. Me never got to that. Big up Kitson, you did it. So you made it. You made it out, buddy. But as in real closing, if you are in a field that genuinely is about book knowledge, which is accounting, doctor, lawyer, them things that were all of the knowledge what you need in the book,
I require you to have a higher degree of knowledge.
you have to go get the degree, the paper. You see the practical things, me who do food, Martin who do media,
New media stuff.
the artists out there. Edna Manley is the worst institution if you ask anybody who go there. I've never been there. I've never heard anything good from the people who go there. That's all I can say. And them teachers are apparently rapists. It's in the news.
I know, but just...
It's in the news. You can't hide the fact. So, and the,
Alright, fair. I
and the
won't.
people who went there said that, yo, it's not surprising.
Fine, I won't. Jeez.
So, work on your craft, build your ability. If you are an artist, I am an artist, culinary arts. Martin is an artist, the media arts.
Sound person.
Arts, creative arts. If you make painting, if you make music, if you make sculpture, just practice. Them say 10,000 hours make you a master. 10,000 hours is what, 3 years? I think it's 3 years. I don't remember. 10,000 hours of practice will make you a master.
Trust me, we were having a conversation earlier about what exactly like we're the master of, but we're not going to tell you about that.
Debaters. But
Yeah, thank you guys for listening to the podcast.
3 years of practice and you're good.
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. The podcast is always Bam, Bobby B. We have the best episodes and it's just us.
Yeah, still
I
don't know what's
really
Bobby B.
enjoy because you didn't like it, and then I decided, oh, you don't like it, therefore I'm going to keep calling you the name till you do. So we have the best pods on It's Just Us. I really enjoy when we have guests, and we're gonna have more guests. Don't worry. But I really enjoy the banter
Rona.
that we have right here, and Rona's a thing. So In closing, thank you guys for listening to the pod. California Apparel, BAM 30% off. Merch on the way. Prismatic Verse, Boom Draw of Physics, all the people involved. Thank you guys so much. Listen, dropping bombs on your moms.
Fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding. Fuck Carl Arms.